another episode of High Off the Freaking Glass, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just added a whole nother word to the title of my show. How y'all living? I am excited about this episode today. I have a very esteemed panel. I was looking forward to this. This will be my final, political election episode before November 5th, which is a short, 8 days away? How long, y'all? It's 10. We are ridiculously close, so I hope y'all are ready. Today, I am very excited. One of my guests is on the highway. He is on his way, but I'd like to start off with Emmett McKenna. He has a master's in American Studies and organizer with St. Louis DSA Democrats of Social America. Y'all give it up to Emmett.
Thanks for having me again, O.
Oh, yeah, you know it. You already know what it is. All right, this is a return, and Emmett is a returning guest, and this is my boy to the right of me, Montega Rebel. This brother is very smart, very articulate, and can give you different point of views, street, business, whatever you need. Vice President of Black 300 Music Group and the owner of Soul Express Socks. Make sure y'all give it up for Montega Rebel, y'all. Did I say it wrong? Soul Expressions Socks.
Yes, sir.
My dumb ass. All right, that's how they right. Now more than one, several. All right, so first guest, first time on the show. Excited to have this brother. His name is Terez Marshall. He's an entrepreneur, mobile barber, who also started his own booking app. If you you need a cut and you want to run, you don't have time to call, hit the app up, Made to Fade booking app. You can he'll come cut you up. He's also a chef and recently launched a new media company titled Marshall Arts Media, and is podcast host of Cartoons and Cuts every Tuesday here at My City, My Music. Give it up for Terez Marshall, y'all.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
I know, bro. Happy to have you. And I said save the best for last because that's what the hell she is. This is was Miss Maria. This sister right here, y'all know who she is. She's an American politician who served in the Missouri House of Representatives from from the 86th district. Boom, let me get her on their camera. There we go. 86th District from 2019 to 2021, a Democrat from U-City. She represented District 14 in the Missouri State Senate from 2011 to 2019. She previously served in the Missouri House of Representatives from District 72, a position which she held from 2005 to 2011. In 2010, Miss Chappelle-Nadal was elected to the Missouri Senate. Everybody give it up for Miss Maria Chappelle-Nadal. One of my favorites.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome, sister. I am so happy that you are returning and are able to do this again. Okay, y'all. So, and I just wanted to get, you all's introductions specific and correct because you all are very special people. I like everything that you all bring to the table, politically and intellectually wise. Also, too, we are powered by the Cola Lounge, STL Cannabis Club. The Cola Lounge you can find at 2834 Cherokee Street, St. Louis. It is the only cannabis lounge. I guess there's a new one over in St. Charles, but I don't know about them yet. So make sure y'all hit up Cola Lounge over on Cherokee Street. They are dope. So first on the docket, because we didn't really get into it. We got into it last time, okay, but we didn't get to dive into it a whole lot. And I saved the best one for last, so just letting you know, we're going to do presidents. We're going to do the presidential election last because that's going to be the juiciest thing. Sports gambling, okay? I'm throwing that out there because I really want you guys' opinions. There are essentially only two firms that are bankrolling this. Is basically FanDuel and DraftKings. They have paid a total of $26.1 million. DraftKings just gave another $4.6 million just 2 weeks ago. And FanDuel has contributed, but it's connected to Betfair, which is their parent company. DK has contributed more, $3 million. But it is rare to see $15 million from, just four contributors, but that's what we're having. So basically, FanDuel and DraftKings, which are the biggest sports entities here in the United States for sports gambling, are bankrolling this. Miss Maria, we got your opinion last time. Terez, I'd like to start with you. I want to see what you think about it. I have a different opinion on it. I'll give mine last. Terez, you're up.
First off, I want to say thanks again for having me on your show.
You're more than welcome, brother.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
With that question in mind, so I kind of dig a little deep in a little investigation myself because I wanted to know, like, well, who's really, like, bankrolling this whole thing? Because on my previous show, I was talking about it, and we was kind of talking about how, you know, there's these monopolies out here that's really taking over. And so what I found out basically was that that Betfair actually got into, if you want to say bed, if you will, they actually got into an acquisition and a joint venture with Crown Resort. Yeah, acquisition with a Crown Resort. So that's what's really been steamrolling. And in 2004, they in this acquisition they created this company, Bet King Australia, Asia, or whatever. Well, Crown Resort, during that time, they bought 50% of that share overall. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what ended up happening is that they gained all control of this entity, and now through that they basically have all of these other parent companies that's still just nothing more than a subsidiary of who they truly are. You know? So yeah, it's the old Rockefeller Carnegie scheme when he had to break up Standard Oil and stuff like that, and he got more richer. So that's what I really see what it is for real, honestly.
So are you for it or against it?
I'm against it, honestly, and it's so hard because it makes it harder for other people to get into the gambling business. Like, what if we all wanted to come together and try and, you know, create our own type of DraftKings, you know? So it kind of just railroads us from, you know, entering in that market, I feel, you know.
Well, how would, if us at this table wanted to start a gambling app for St. Louis, Missouri, I don't think that would block us. What it would do is it would enable us to have it here legally in the state of Missouri. I don't know how would that block us.
Yeah, well, when I mean like that, as locally, I think we definitely could get something like that started. But to try and make it scalable, if you will, to allow other markets to participate, it might be a little bit harder. We might run into different problems because just trying to get on the AOL system or, you know, getting those type of partnerships that they already have established, like getting on the AWS system with Amazon, trying to partner with them, and then trying to partner with Google. You know, they got more money to be like, hey, don't let these guys in.
It would definitely be tougher for us. We would be local as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's how that. Okay, I hear you on that, and I get what you're saying, Mr. McKenna.
All right, so I talked a little bit about it last time. I do think sports gambling should be legal, but Maria made some great points about who was backing it last time. That kind of made me look into it. And I shared a tweet with you earlier, about that from Megan Green.
I agree with that. With her stance too.
And I just think this is not the bill for it. Like, this one is shady. I think it should be legal, but this bill is shady, and it's backed by shady people who are looking to make money, and it's not. It's just not the one.
For real, I'm with it. What you think, Rebel?
I remember before, I said I was with it, right? I don't think I am now.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because of the fine print.
Okay.
And that fine print
Always gotta
states
read that.
that basically they can tell you they made whatever, but they made millions more than what they're reporting.
Right.
And to say that it's going to benefit the kids and the teachers and the schools, that's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
That fine print, reading that fine print is what that because how they worded, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but it was basically saying, like,
it's the last two sentences.
Yeah, it's basically saying something like,
Yep.
the unreported or undocumented.
Yep. I'll say it for you. Ms. Nadal just nailed it. The last two sentences. Last sentence. Local governments estimate unknown revenue. What the hell? So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
What does
like,
that even mean?
So
Babbage.
that right there,
Like,
that fine print right there killed it for me.
Right.
So I was with it at first because I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they talking about spreading that money amongst the teachers, the schools, etc.
Right.
But that,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
And one thing is that they can then cut spending that they're already paying for teachers and everything, and say, oh, well, we're going to use this new money for the teachers. And so it's not the teachers getting a raise, not the schools are getting a raise. They're going to just cut it what they're currently spending and take this money for it.
Great point. That's a sad but great point. Yeah. All right, Ms. Nadal, what say you?
I'm in the same place, but I am encouraged by what I'm hearing from the table today. And that means that people really actually care what they're voting on. And to be at a table with all men, when I was in church today, we were talking about men getting involved in the elections, and they made it a huge point to bring all of the men before the church to let them know that they are, supporting this election and getting involved in this election.
Awesome.
So to hear at this table that there are people who are looking at the nitty gritty, who are looking at the specifics, who it's actually going to help, who it's not. I mean, you could be for it because Emmett is for it, but you could also be, like against. Well, generally for it.
Yeah, he's not for this version of it. Yeah.
But it's in the 22 years of public service, it was my responsibility to look at the language because anything can sound good.
Yes, ma'am.
We all
Preach.
want to help teachers.
Preach.
We all want to make sure every single child has the resources they need in a classroom. We all want to bring more money into some of our unaccredited school districts or struggling school districts.
Right.
But the way in which it's written, that's where the devil is. It's in the details.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I 100% agree with you. Ozzie Smith, I love the Wizard. He is the reason why I'm a Cardinals fan to this day, but you can miss me with that line they made his man say, no more broken promises, please. I do 100% do not agree with that. And thank you, Mr. Kickett, for giving me the actual ballot. Okay, this is it, y'all. Amendment number 2, do you want to amend the Missouri Constitution to allow Missouri Gaming Commission to regulate licensed sports wagering, including online sports, betting, gambling, boats, professional sports? And that's why they're trying to, they're pushing that casino down in Lake of the Ozarks. Now, what I don't get is, side note, did it take a TV show for them to figure that out? Like they didn't know already it's all money down there. Like, what the hell? Like, and that show was excellent, by the way. What is it? Licensed to sports betting operators restrict sports betting to individuals physically located in the state and over the age of 21. Allow license fees. Now, and that's another thing too. Now, somebody help me out with this, Emmett, because you have a DraftKings app on your phone, and whoever else has a FanDuel or anyone, let me know. Is there an age restriction on there?
No, I mean, I don't remember signing up for any age restriction thing. I mean,
Did it ask you, like, if you're over the age of 21?
I mean, I had to, it's connected to my PayPal, I think, or something.
Right.
But like, I don't remember putting my age in there.
See, I wonder if they
I
even
may have
have
to
that.
check something. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I don't even know if that's even a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, if you're 18 and you got a smartphone,
Yeah.
you can download the app and you might be able to gamble too. 17.
Yeah.
All right. Allow license fees prescribed by the commission and a 10% wager tax on revenues received to be appropriated for education with expenses incurred by the commission and required funding of the compulsive gambling prevention fund. We got to put that in for just to act like we care about people who have a problem, and allow for the General Assembly to enact laws consistent with this amendment. State government entitles estimate over one-time cost of $660,000, ongoing annual cost of at least $5.2 million, and initial license fee revenue of $11.75 million. Because the proposal allows for deductions against sports gaming revenues, they estimate unknown tax revenue ranging from $0 to $28.9 million annually. Okay, it just seems like a lot of babies. There he is. What up, Mr. John Michael? He is in the building. What up, my guy? Come on in. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah. You can make that face. You should have been on time. All right. And just to give y'all a quick introduction to my guy. This is my brother right here. This is Big J of JMR Solutionz, as well as a legacy cannabis entrepreneur here in the state of here in the city of St. Louis. He also throws amazing cannabis-influenced events. He has a High on the Vine coming up next month. I went last year. It was outstanding. Learn about cannabis and wine at the same damn time. You'll love it. How can you beat that? So, everybody, welcome Big J in the house.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
What up, bro? How are you? All right, Jay, before I give my opinion, since you popped up at a good time, Black, I'm talking, the first thing on the docket was, I sent it to you, so you know what the rundown is, sports gambling. So, you're with me on this, so what is your opinion on sports gambling? Because I know
I just was looking at my FanDuel.
I know. There it is. Right. Now, and before you answer that, quick question. If you remember this, when you first initially signed up or downloaded FanDuel, did it ask for an age? Did you have to put your birthday in?
You know, I'm so far gone. I cannot.
Keep it a buck. Right.
I know I was just slam dunking the app on my phone so I could get to the money.
Right.
So, you know, do I recall? No, they did go through a rather rigorous data collect. So you had to, at this point, you had to go all the way to where the horses are.
Fairground Park. I think that's
Well, not fair.
But that's now FanDuel though. Yeah, FanDuel owns that. Where the horse racing
there
is.
first and verify that you are of age, and then the access to the apps.
You have to physically drive over there. You can't just be in Illinois.
Well, at the time, no. If you would have to drive all the way.
How long ago was that?
Shoot, what? I can't recall. What, maybe 4 years ago?
Wow. Yeah. Now probably you just have to be in the state of Illinois. But wow, you had to physically go to the.
And it validates if you're of age. So yeah,
Right.
they do validate your age before you capable of playing. They're really tight about everything for what I've experienced as far as for online gambling. They cover all precautions.
Okay, bet. So for the bill, we just went over it for the amendment number 2. What do you yay or nay on sports gambling for Missouri?
I'll do it.
You're with it? Okay. Well, you the first one at the table. You the first one at the table. What is it? Tell me why.
Okay, so here's the thing.
And before you go,
Yes, sir.
sorry, I meant to say this earlier. If you have any questions, those of you that are listening, call in 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. One more time for the folks in the back. 515-599-1687. Call in with your election questions, amendment questions. Who should I vote for? Your opinions on stuff. We'll take it. Live calls are accepted right now. Go ahead.
Okay, so this all ties all the way back to JMR Solutionz, where what I do is offer business, or if not, marketing solutions.
Self-plug.
Yeah, but
I ain't mad at you.
However, here's the deal. Just as well, there are companies that focus on marketing, such as Red Bull. Red Bull, they do not own the proprietary, make or whatever for the actual drink. But what they focus and poured most of their money into is marketing. So here's the deal, and I forget exactly which country it started out of, so don't quote me, but nonetheless, the country that's touching Germany. So when they were expanding, they flowed over to Germany. Germany was like, no, banned it out of Germany, and so therefore all of the Germans would cross the border just to go and get Red Bull. So of course the bad guy branding boosts sales. So of course so after that, of course Germany fixed their positioning on Red Bull and everything else, so on and so forth. So the deal was, it was the country that was bordering Germany that Red Bull was, accessible to, that made more money. All the people would drive there, eat something over in that country opposed to in Germany.
Right.
So think about this for the state of Missouri. Every state that touches Missouri, you can gamble.
Except Missouri.
Except for Missouri.
You're right about that.
You wonder if it's employed within inside Missouri or if this is something outside. I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense, because for our state of, as far as for how much money we reach for, it would make sense for us to have it, because we are driving over to Illinois. I see people say, yeah, I just walk across the street in Kansas City. I'm sure folks in Iowa, bordering Iowa, Arkansas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Nebraska, so everybody's, getting their money from Missouri,
right,
for gas in particular. And then if you're so worried about, they're going to spend all their money, here's one thing me and a couple of groups of folks haven't acknowledged. The type of plays that we play opposed to straight bets, which we know that's just a one bet, putting your money on this one thing to, happen. But a lot of people pay parlays. So we juicing it up.
Yeah.
Juicing it up.
Yeah, the
right?
juice makes you more money.
Praying, hoping for the fact. But you know what? We would assume that just straight bets would be more realistic. And, and here's another thing. A fun fact, not even fun fact, if you're in it, how much does a bet cost? Everybody's like, oh, they're going to just pour tons of thousands of dollars. You can place a bet as low as 11 cents.
But you got to build that mug up. Okay.
But that's the thing. you can play with 11 cents.
Right.
So it's not the mere fact that you have to play $100 a bet. So, what would be practical is if I played a 11-cent straight bet and just kind of kept doubling and, just having fun that way.
Yeah, but you make an 11-cent bet, and if it's a straight bet, it's going to pay you, what, 27 cents?
Here's the thing. I'm not worried about the fact that I have to pay for gas. I'm not worried about the fact that I'm, measuring out how much time of my day I'm away from my family or the things that I need to take care of, opposed to, it's just for fun. I can just do it right here.
Yeah.
And another something real quick, when I travel to these other states that are bordering, and I'm further deep, folks are like, "Oh, you do you do that online gambling, that sports gambling, online gambling." It's remote. It's not even a something.
Right.
It's just like
psychology is different. Like everybody says.
Nobody cares.
Yep.
It's just like who all goes to the casino here?
I do.
Okay, but nobody cares.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about if you're. You know what? Yeah, I do care. If you're in the line at the gas station, you got a thick ass book of lotto tickets that you ready to play.
Right.
It's 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I got to get a few places. Now I care. Now I care. I just wish
she's
y'all
slowing
had
you
your
down.
own line.
You saying the same thing I've been saying.
That's
They should.
God.
They should.
They should
100%.
Just have your
100%.
own
Yeah.
line.
100%.
Man, that shit-
Aside of that,
Yeah.
I don't care about the lotto,
Yeah.
and it's not affecting me. It hasn't affected any of my people. Now I understand as far as for in the black community, yes, this can be a proponent. And will just like everybody who spends their money to get that dollar scratch off every day.
Right.
It's just that hope and wish. We lean and hope and wish.
Right.
That's what we do as a culture. But that's another story for another day.
Right.
But as far as for prop two, no,
Yeah.
I'm going for it because if anything, all the African Americans that were worried about this using their gas and their time to hope and wish and going across the river, it doesn't make sense. Let them hope and wish from the comfort of their home.
Right. Okay. Who has the first pushback? Because I know I do.
And I do too.
Go ahead.
And one of the arguments that I had is how many broken families do we have already because of gambling? I'm not a gambler, so I'm biased generally against it. And I remember the conversations that we've had for decades on gambling generally. But and I like to hear other perspectives, so I appreciate that. Some of the holes that I'm finding though is like St. Louis and East St. Louis is less than 2 miles apart. It takes 30 seconds to get across the bridge. Same thing with Kansas City. Same thing if you're like in Springfield, Missouri, you can just, go through Joplin or whatever. But so we've always had those that beef is better in Iowa.
Go across the border.
I like Missouri. Anyway, getting back to the point, I'm concerned about our generational wealth as Black people. Period. All we have to do is look at St. Louis City, North St. Louis City, North St. Louis County, and look at the holes. And so, whatever is going to produce and support generational wealth, which we have lost, then that's what I support. And it may be because I will say that I do look at the. I talked to my accountant the other day, and I was like, I really want to do some trading on Cash App. And I was like, well, I was asking her all these questions about
that's
that.
That's the last place I would trade.
But for me, that's almost like gambling. But if I have extra time and 11 cents, I may want to use 11 cents to buy part of something.
Right.
But I have 11 cents.
Yeah.
But, I just, whatever keeps our families together, whatever is telling the truth to the people who depend on public education, that's where I'm at.
Right.
And I just feel as though we, even if all of us were for gambling, the way that is written is really, a disservice to the people who really want, honesty in government. And that's what I care about more than anything, is telling the truth to the people.
Facts. Anybody, who else has an opinion?
I was gonna say like I said, I'm for it because I see what you're doing, and it is a revenue generator for the state as well. Because that's how we always do. We always last for it. But my whole thing is just don't lie and say it's going to the school education, and which it's not necessarily a lie. We already know, like, the Mo Lotto, a portion of that goes to the, you know,
that's what they say, but again,
and you can see the
like,
product of the
bullshit.
result.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
they don't get that money.
They can't show you one receipt they didn't gave them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. You say that this is what you're doing the money towards, or the money is going towards that, but we as the people is seeing that, well, this isn't the outcome or the result. Where else can you do that in the world? Like, if I go to my job and they paying me whatever they paying me, and you know what I'm saying, and they're taking a gamble, a wage upon me, and I say, hey, I'm going to produce this product of doing my job up to these standards, and then, you know what I'm saying, but I can't go in there and say, but my standards is ambiguous. You know what I'm saying?
And they
like,
can't
with
say,
that note,
we're not sure what we're going to pay you.
you know what I mean?
Like,
and so we all got to come to a compromise, like, this is that and that's that. Okay, cool, and that's the payout, and cool. So my thing is, if you're going to do it, fine, man, but let a portion go towards the school system like you say it is, and let's actually have a great standard of what we want for the school system to be, because shit, all of the city schools is turned down. Like, you know, and we voted on that bill. I remember voting on that. Well, I didn't get a chance to vote on that bill because I was in high school at the time. I couldn't vote.
I remember, was here yet.
I remember that was up on the ballot and really hearing about a lot of people like, yeah, it's gonna sound great, it's gonna sound great, and they did it, and
Bullshit.
then all the schools is fucking shut down. So
Not all of them, but they shut down a lot of
That's
schools.
bullshit to me. It's all bullshit to me.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, local governments estimate the unknown revenue.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
John
Bullshit.
Michael, it literally says local governments
bullshit.
estimate unknown revenue from
And
it.
that's
And
language
then,
that would
and
come
then
from
I
a
don't
fiscal
even
note.
I don't even trust the fact that if they do, like, say they gave 100,000 to whatever school, what, you know what I'm saying? However they divide it up, who's even say then? Because you know how shit get when people get their hands on something,
Right.
and then it's like
Did it
depending on
actually
who's
go-
running it,
Yeah.
y'all got it,
Yeah.
but did it go to where it was supposed to go when
Yeah.
y'all got it?
Exactly. What y'all do with it?
What did you do with it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, what
That
did you do
deserves
with
a
it?
clap.
yeah,
You get an air horn. I 100% agree, Montega. And here's the thing, right? I'm with Big J. I'm for it, right? But I'm more like Emmett, and I'm like Terez. I am not for it. Like, I'm not for it in this instance, right? The reason why I'm not even saying, Jay, that it's that I'm worried about just African Americans and running through their checks. I'm worried about people in general, because Gamblers Anonymous is for everyone. It ain't just black folks in that motherfucker. Everybody's in Gamblers Anonymous. Everybody's in AA. You know, it don't matter what race you are. You can have a gambling problem, and you can have an alcohol drug problem. So, and to me, right, I like the fact, believe it or not, right? I like the fact. Now, I don't know about the folks in Germany getting Red Bull, but I like the fact that I can do it, but I gotta go do something, because I gotta go out of my way. You know what I mean? Because I live in North County. I can run the Argosy, which is Penn Gaming runs their sports book now. I can run the Argosy. I can go do that. I have to literally calculate. It's going to take me a good 20. It's going to take me a good 30, 35 minutes to get over that bridge, place the bet, get back so I can get the fucking work on time.
I remember when we was doing that to get weed.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And, but a lot of times, but me and Emmett, remember, we used to go on hikes to get motherfucking marijuana, but we didn't have to go across the bridge. Sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. Right. But it's just the fact that, go ahead, you want to say something? Rebel want to say something. Yeah, you do. But it's just, I like the fact that, believe it or not, I like it within a little outside of arm's reach, because, and I get that you disagree, and I totally understand that too. If I have it, fam, where it's just like, case in fucking